All right. This is Patrick Toussaint, PT Your Best Life. I'm here with my dad. Well, he's not my dad, but he's like a father to me, Jerry Hatch. We've known each other for many, many years. I've worked with Jerry, and he's been a mentor of mine, and I really value his opinion. He's blessed my life in so many ways. Love you, Jerry.
Love you too.
And I'm excited to ask you this question and hear your response. Jerry, if you can live your best life, how would you live it? What would it be like?
You know, my first reaction to that, Pat, is I'd probably live it mostly the way I have.
Okay.
You know, the people who are going to see this won't know, but I'm now looking 80 years old in the rearview mirror.
Okay. Okay.
So I heard once too that if you want to hear the truth from somebody, you want to ask somebody who's under 3 or over 80.
Wow.
Because they don't have anything to, they don't have any reason to keep it any other way than just the plain truth.
Yeah. Okay.
But on a serious note, Pat, I think prioritizing in your life is so very critically important.
Okay.
And when I say prioritizing, decide who you want to become, decide what you want to accomplish, and then stay loyal to it.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember a few things that might apply to that. We talk a lot about a balanced life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really an advocate of having a balanced life.
Okay. Why not?
Because life is never balanced. You have a priority here, you have a priority here. You have to select one of those priorities to drive it to its proper conclusion. Mm-hmm. And this one over here is going to have to pay the price for it.
Okay. Okay.
So I don't think you can ever really live a balanced life.
Okay.
So what you have to do is you have to decide what is it that is critically important. If I'm going to die today, what can I look back and say, I do this with no regrets, or very few regrets. I don't think any of us ever live a life totally without some regrets.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think we can minimize those regrets tremendously if we'll set some priorities and then don't let them become anything but priorities.
Yeah. Okay.
That help?
Well, yeah. Okay, so now that you shared that, living your best life, what steps would you take to actually do that?
Okay, yeah, I would start out as a fairly young person. And when I say that, I say probably late teens or so.
Okay.
Start to figure out really what, at the end of your life, what do you want to look back on and say, this I took care of.
Okay.
This I really took care of. For me personally, my first priority in my life is my relationship with God.
Okay.
And I make no bones about that. It truly is my number one priority.
Okay.
My second priority is my wife.
Okay.
And my third priority is my family.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of my life will just have to work around those.
Okay.
At this point in my life, my family, my wife and my family are so critical, important.
Okay.
The memories that I have with them are so vivid and so clear and so happy. I am glad that I made every sacrifice that I did for those environments, those relationships.
Awesome. Okay.
And that's, you know, over my lifetime, I have worked in a lot of different places.
Mm-hmm.
I tell people that I had an eclectic career.
Okay.
If it got boring, I did something else.
Yeah.
And I'm not unhappy about that. My dad went to work for Monsanto Chemical Company,
Mm-hmm.
and he worked there for 30 years, retired, got the watch, you know, and everything. And one day he and I were visiting, and he said, "Jerry, why don't you just go get a job?" And I said, "Dad, I am so grateful for people who will go to work for a company and work there 30 years and retire and get a watch. I don't understand them, but I'm grateful for them." So I really have very few regrets in my life as a whole, and I have no regrets that my career was eclectic.
Okay. So, yeah. So that's how you can live your best life. At an early age, figure out what you want, and when you die, or I guess at the end of your life, you want to look back and make sure you have no regrets.
Yeah, eliminate
Eliminate.
as many regrets as you possibly can. You may not be able to get rid of all of them,
Mm-hmm.
but you can get rid of most of them. And you can avoid most of the regrets from ever happening if you'll set those priorities and stick to them, and make sure you just don't let anybody or anything in there to mess up with those priorities.
Okay. I love your priorities. Okay. All right. That's from Jerry. Okay, love you guys. If you like this, share it. We want to try to get rid of mediocrity. We want everybody to live their best lives. So love you. Take care. Peace.